Good morning. This is Betty, Fancy Grandma. I'm going to make another video today. If you like my videos, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I make another one. And also hit the like button if you like it. But anyway, I'm going to make this for a subscriber that wanted me to make it. But I want to say hi to two special subscribers. All my subscribers are special. But this is my daughter. She lives in Nashville, Tennessee, and her best friend Joy. I want to say hi to them. Hi! Anyway, I'm going to show you how simple it is to make cornbread dressing. I'm just going to make a tiny batch. I already made one little batch because I don't want a lot of, I've got another pan right here I'm going to put it in. But anyway, remember how we saved our bones off our chicken thighs? Well, this is our bones. I cooked them and I've got the broth. I'm going to use the broth in my dressing. So anyways, what we're going to do, I've got a skillet over here on the stove. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of butter in it. You can put more if you like, but I want 3 tablespoons. Anyway, we're going to melt that butter. And I've got a 1/4 of a cup of chopped onions. You can put more or less. I may even put more because I think I want a little more. We're going to put our chopped onions in there. And I've got a cup of chopped celery, but I'm going to make sure I've got enough celery, so I'm going to put more celery. Anyway, we're just going to cut it up pretty small, so you want it to get done. And we'll put that in that cup. But this is celery right here. That's a cup of it, but you can add more or less. You put in what you want, how you like the taste of it. Okay, we're going to get this over here sauteing and kind of cook my onions and celery a little bit in this butter. While we're doing that, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take 1 egg and break it in this bowl. 1 egg. I'm going to beat it up a little bit. And I've got 2 cups of broth here. I may not need that much, but I'm going to pour some of it in here while it's still cold. Anyway, that's my my egg and my broth mixed together here. I don't like raw vegetables in my dressing. I want it kind of cooked. Okay, I'm going to take this is sage. I'm going to use let's see. I think I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of sage. You may not need that much in yours. You may not like that much sage, but I like sage in mine. So we're going to, when this gets cooked down a little bit, we're going to put our spices in it. I'm going to go ahead and pour about a cup of broth in there. You could even make this the night before, this liquid stuff, and make your dressing the next day if you want. Because if you're in a hurry, you can do this the night before, and then in the morning you just mix it in your cornbread and you're ready for put it in the oven. But anyway, that's going to sit there and cook. And I am going to put, I think, a big teaspoon of sage in there. I can always taste it if I need more and add more. I'm going to put about a 1/2 teaspoon. This is a teaspoon, but I'm not going to use it all. I'm going to put about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt in it. Then I'm going to take my pepper, sprinkle pepper in it, much as I like. Just keep this rolling over here so it kind of cook them vegetables. That's what we're trying to do, cook the vegetables until they're soft. That way you don't have raw vegetables in your dressing. So we want to just keep cooking this until it gets soft. Then going to take my cornbread. I've got about a cup of cornbread. No, I think I've got about 2 cups of cornbread. But I want to show you how you do your cornbread. You don't crumb it up in little teeny tiny crumbs. You take it and break it in chunks like that. I made this cornbread about a week ago and it's been in the freezer, so I got it out last night and thawed it out. But anyway, take your cornbread and make chunks of it. You don't tear it up in small pieces. But if you do, it's going to be cornbread mush. We don't want mush. We want dressing. So anyway, this is going to be my dressing. We'll just keep cooking this until it looks like it's about to get soft. You can also use white bread, just regular yeast bread for this. It's also good. My kids love the white bread dressing too. But I had a request for this, so that's what I'm making. But I like the white bread too. Mom used to make both, so we just learned to love it both. You know, I use Himalayan pink salt. That's what that is. And you may have to add more or less sage. My sage I've had for quite a while, so it's probably getting kind of old. So you may have to be using more if your sage is pretty old or get fresh, but I'm not going to. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to tell you how to make cornbread. I don't know if you know or not. I'm going to put a cup of flour, cup of cornmeal. See, I wrote it down here so I wouldn't forget. 1 teaspoon of sugar, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 cup milk, 1/4 cup shortening melted, or bacon grease. I love bacon grease in mine. Then you put 1 egg in it. Mix it all up good. Have your oven on 425, and you cook it for 20 or 25 minutes until it's good and golden brown. But anyway, I've cooked this quite a, like I said, I've had it in the freezer. So anyway, I'm going to check this looks like it probably gets done enough. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take it off the burner. Set it right here. And you know, you can taste this, see how it tastes. If you want more onion, put more onion. If you want more celery, put more celery. If you want more salt, sage, put it in it. I think I want a little more sage. Like I said, my sage is pretty old, so it don't work that good. Anyway, what we're going to do is take this bread. I've got my cornbread broke up in this. I'm going to pour it in this bowl, but I've got an egg and my broth in here. Remember, I put an egg and a broth in here to beat it up. Well, I'm going to put this cornbread in it. Now, I'm going to stir that gently. I don't want it to get mushy. I want it to stay whole. See, I'm stirring it gently. Okay, now we're going to pour it in here. So we're going to mix that all together good. And if it looks like we need a little more cornbread, we'll break a little more cornbread up in it. But we don't want small chunks. Make sure they're big. See how big those are? That's the same way with your white bread. If you use white bread, don't tear it up in tiny pieces. Leave it in chunks. Anyway, then I think this pan might be too small. I may have to cook it in a bigger pan. I think I'll use this pan. Then we're going to pour this in this pan. It's going to be kind of soupy. Okay. It's going to look like this. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's going to be kind of soupy looking. We don't want it to be real dry. And I'm going to put this in the oven for probably at least 30 minutes. That's what I did with this little pan, but I made a small pan here. You can see how it looked. It gets kind of dry, but also it's very delicious if you put some more chicken broth, or I love turkey broth after I cook my turkey. I like to pour a little turkey broth over that. Oh, it's so good. But anyway, let me taste this. This is a pan I made earlier this morning. It's good. See the chunks of cornbread? It don't look like mush. I don't want mine mushed up. I want it chunked. But anyway, that's the way we're going to make cornbread dressing. Have a blessed day and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.